Welcome students. So actually today we discuss about some numerical problems on simple machines. Okay. Now before discussing about some numerical problems on simple machines, at first we discuss what is the relation between kgf and Newton and what is the relation between gf and dyne. So actually 1 kgf is equal to 9.8 Newton, or this is also known as 1 kgf. This is also known as kg weight. And what is the relation of gf? 1 gf is equal to 980 dyne. Okay, so here gm means we can say this is also gram weight. Now the question is, if I want to know that what is the relation between kgf and dyne, then how we find out? Actually 1 kgf is equal to, we can say, 9.8 Newton, and also we have relation 1 Newton is equal to 10 to the power 5 dyne. So if we want to replace the Newton into dyne, then just multiply the value 9.8 with 10 to the power 5 dyne. That means actually the answer is 98000 dyne. This is the relation between 1 kgf and dyne. Okay, now we move to our actually the numericals problems. Okay, so this is basically we take first problem. Okay, before doing the problem, actually we have some key points, that is for first class lever. Actually this is your diagram. In this case, this is suppose load, and this is your position of fulcrum, and this is your effort. So here you can see actually effort arm, we can see effort arm plus load arm is equal to total length of class 1 lever. Okay, class 1 lever. Similarly, if we draw the block diagram of second class lever, this is second class lever. Then in this second class lever, actually one end is fulcrum and another end is effort, and load is placed behind. Actually, sorry, load is placed between fulcrum and effort. So here actually we can say effort arm is equal to length of class 1 lever, class 2 lever. And And if we take class 3 lever, then actually what we get, third class lever, then we can say in this case 1 end is the position of fulcrum, okay, and the another end is load and effort is applied in between load and fulcrum. So here actually load arm is equal to length of third class lever. So and also we can say for third class lever always load arm is greater than effort arm, and for second class lever always effort arm is greater than load arm, but we cannot say for first class lever properly. Okay, it may be when mechanical advantage is equal to 1, then we get for first class lever effort arm is equal to load arm. Okay, and if we get first class lever with mechanical advantage greater than 1, then we can say effort arm is greater than load arm, and when we get first class lever with mechanical advantage less than 1, then we can say load arm is greater than effort arm. Now we move to our next question. Okay, so the first question is, if I take question number 1, when we take load is equal to suppose 10 Newton and effort is equal to 2 Newton, then what is its mechanical advantage? Okay, simply we can say we know mechanical advantage is equal to load upon effort. Okay, here load is equal to 10 divided by effort is equal to 2, that means mechanical advantage value is 5. Now we move to our actually next question, that is, if we take suppose load is equal to, simply we can say 10 Newton and effort is equal to suppose 9.8, sorry, change the value. What is effort value? Actually we take in this case, okay, 9.8 kgf. Now how we find out mechanical advantage? So the mechanical advantage is equal to similarly load by effort, but here actually the unit of load and effort is different, so we have to change. So we change the load value, that is 10 Newton, that means 10 into 9.8 kgf. Now we place the value, load is equal to 10 into 9.8 divided by effort means 9.8, so the mechanical advantage value is 10. Okay, now we move to our next problem, question number 3. If we take output energy is equal to, we can say 3 joule, and input energy is actually suppose 30 joule. Okay, now what is efficiency? We know efficiency is equal to actually output energy divided by input energy. Here output energy divided by input energy. Okay, now we put the value of output energy and input energy. Okay, what is the value? Output energy, that is actually 3 divided by input energy, that means 30. So the efficiency is 1 upon 10, that means 0.1. If we find out the efficiency in percentage, so we get efficiency in percentage, then just multiply the value 1 by 10 into 100 percentage, that means we get 10%. Okay, now we move to our next question, question number 4. So in this question actually we take a crowbar. Suppose we take crowbar. Here the length of crowbar suppose 300 meter, and load is placed from, suppose load is placed from fulcrum. Okay, load is placed from fulcrum, that means the load distance is equal to say 50 meter. Now what is its mechanical advantage? The question is, what is its mechanical advantage? So at first we have to know crowbar which type of lever. So crowbar in generally actually class 1 lever, that means here actually this is your load, this is suppose your fulcrum, and this is your effort. So here actually length of crowbar means this value is 300 meter. The distance between load to effort is 300, and according to the question load is placed from fulcrum. Okay, so load is placed from fulcrum means the load arm is 50 meter. This is your 50. Now you have to find out what is the effort arm. So here effort arm is equal to, we can say 300 minus 50, that is equal to, we can say 250 meter. Now what is the relation of mechanical advantage? As we know, mechanical advantage equal to load divided by effort, and also we can say actually effort arm divided by load arm. We can say effort arm divided by load arm. Now we place the value, suppose what is its load arm, sorry, what is its effort arm, 250, and what is its load arm, that is 50. So the answer is actually we get 5. The mechanical advantage of crowbar is 5. Similarly, if we take suppose bottle opener. Okay, so in the next problem, so if we take question number 5, bottle opener. So here we have to know which type of lever is bottle opener. Okay, so actually bottle opener is plus 2 lever, and suppose length of bottle opener is 200 centimeter. For bottle opener, one end is fulcrum and another end is actually second class lever, that means effort, and load is placed in between them. So we can say from this case actually effort arm is equal to simply 200 centimeter. Now, and also the data is given, that is the mechanical advantage of bottle opener is 2. Mechanical advantage of bottle opener is 2. Now the question is, what is its load arm? What is its load arm? Okay, so here, as bottle opener is class 2 lever and length of the bottle opener is 200 centimeter, that means the length of a forward arm is 200 centimeter, and also given mechanical advantage is equal to 2. So we can say mechanical advantage is equal to effort arm divided by load arm. So here, what is its load arm? Simply load arm is equal to, we can say, effort arm divided by actually mechanical advantage. So the answer is actually 100 centimeter. Okay. Similarly, if we take a question, in the question actually we take an example of class 3 lever, that is suppose tongs. Okay, suppose we take tongs. So in this case, the length of tongs is given, that is suppose 150 centimeter, and also here actually suppose load effort arm is given, effort arm is given, that is suppose 50 centimeter. Now what is its mechanical advantage? So for tongs, this is actually third class lever, that means one end is fulcrum and another end is actually load, and effort is placed in between them. So from this question, so here we can say length means actually load arm. So this is actually, we can say, 150 centimeter, and effort arm, that means this section is actually 50 centimeter already given. So what is its mechanical advantage? Simply we can say effort arm 50 divided by load arm, that is 150. So we can say the answer is 1 upon 3, and we already know, as this is class third class lever, that means mechanical advantage less than 1. So we get mechanical advantage which is less than 1. Okay, this is the different types of problem, and also we find out, suppose if we take a problem, suppose we take the question number 7. Okay, if we want to find out, suppose we take length of first class lever is equal to suppose 240 centimeter, that is given. And also in this question actually we can say that load arm, okay, load arm is given, that is or we can say the length of load and fulcrum is given, that is 40 centimeter. Now the question is, what is its actually effort arm? Okay, so as length of first class lever is given 240 centimeter, that means load arm plus effort arm, load arm plus effort arm is given. We know for first class lever actually load arm plus effort arm, that is equal to length of first class lever 240. Here load arm is given, so what is its effort arm? Simply effort arm is equal to, we can say, 240 minus 40, that means 200 centimeter. Okay, so in this way we actually solve different types of problem on simple machines. Okay, so this is the end of today's class. Okay.